So I was really shocked that he answered like that because you know what I mean? Like, wait, you were caught by multiple teachers doing this. Like, I don't know what's the point of him like straight up denying, and he was like denying everything. And then so the officers were kind of like, he doesn't, he's not doing anything, and he seems harmless, so you should just let him be. So from our end, it's kind of like we know he's harmless, but like, can't you give him a warning about at least doing this? But they just they didn't know what to do because he was denying it too. So it was just kind of how it was, and he kept coming by. And then we forgot about him until today because he showed up today. And then I was talking to somebody else, and then so he was talking to the new work study. So she has no idea what's going on. And so they were going at it for a while. And then eventually he left. And then I came back to her and I, asked her, how was it? And then she basically told me the same thing, like the kind of questions he was asking and kind of didn't really make sense. And eventually, he was like, okay, I need to go. And, stuff. So, yeah. So, and then I told Kyle about it, hey, the kid came back. I'm like, okay, what do we do? I don't know. There's nothing we can do.
I mean, have you asked him why he wants to practice instruments?
No, so he's not a musician. He doesn't play any music. But he's so passionate about like he's just so excited about different things. So he really wants to try.
But he's never tried it before.
Yeah, so he really wants to try playing the cello.
Okay.
Okay? And different things. So I try to explain to him, yeah, you could totally play the cello, but we don't have any instruments for rental or anything at the school, so you have to go to the music store and rent them on your own. That's what all non-major students and major students are actually expected to do. And then he kind of, when he hears things like that he has to do something, he just immediately gets like turned off, like, oh no, like that's too much. Okay, I don't have time for this. I gotta go buy. And that's like always how it goes. And then so we try to be like, yeah, no, you totally can. Beginners can, and like, don't worry about the juries. It's not that, because he's like so scared about the performance part, because you do have to do a jury in front of like.
Even if you're not a major, just taking it, you still have to do it.
That's a great, because you're expected to learn and practice a certain amount with your, and learn with your teacher and show that this is what I learned throughout the semester, even if it's like twinkle twinkle, So, and he's like just so against that. He's like, why can't I take the class without a jury? It's like asking, why can't I take a class without, taking the final? It's like, but if the class is required for pass fail, then you have to, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, we can give you the list of teachers and you can reach out to them and, like pay them for private lessons on your own time too. And then so, but then he doesn't know who they are, so he doesn't feel comfortable. So he keeps asking everyone he meets in the office, are you a TA? Are you a TA? What do you teach? What do you play? What do you play? He asks every student, what do you play? What do you do? And are you a TA? So it's kind of like, oh. So we see that he's like really excited about the music and something, but then like, it's just, we don't know how to help him. Yeah.
I mean, does it seem like then that his best case scenario is free lessons with instrument provided with no testing? Is that the picture he's like painting for you guys?
I don't know what he wants.
Oh.
Maybe that's what he is expecting.
Have you asked him?
I don't think that's what he's like. I don't think he's expecting that kind of favor either, though. I don't know. Maybe he's expecting some sort of like club. You know what I mean? Maybe even like a club would make more sense if there were, like some sort of like.
But he's never done anything music related before.
No.
That seems to be the point.
Yeah. But he gets really excited about it.
Why? Have you asked him?
No, because.
Like, what about music excites you?
No, so he like, I honestly, because it was like last semester, so I don't remember what he said. But like, different, like, just. He will talk about certain composers and just how like it's amazing that they did something, and he will like talk about music and stuff, and he'll get so excited about it. And sometimes if people are willing to, like humor him, then they'll like talk to him about it too, and like, and sometimes I do that too. But yeah.
Okay, so he likes music.
Yeah, and he wants to learn.
But doesn't play music.
Yeah, and he wants to learn, but he doesn't want to. He doesn't even want to stay there and listen to us answering the question about how to register for the class. You know what I mean? So it's like something is like there's like a disconnect there. So basically at this point we don't care if he doesn't sign up. Like we're not really trying to help him anymore with that because he's not trying to be helped. You know what I mean? It's like really actually annoying trying to talk to him when he's always like, oh, okay, bye, you know, and just takes off like in the middle of a conversation. So at this point, it's just like, how can I make it so that people in the office, whether it's people who are like visiting and like, you know, working in the office, or people, the work studies that are at the front desk, are not like bothered by him.
But he's there like once a week?
He was, last semester, he was there at least once a week.
Like spring semester?
Yeah. He would visit at least once a week. Yeah.
But not this year so far?
Yeah, so far today was his first time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're like, oh, he's back. I forgot about him until he came back today.
I mean, have you asked him then, like, just dead honestly, like, how can we help you? Like, what would you like? Like, how can we help you? Not maybe what you like, but just like, how can we best help you in this
I think
endeavor?
I have in some sort of way. I think I have asked that because I got so frustrated at some point. And he didn't really answer it either. Like, and he just kind of left too. You know, I mean, just every time when he gets stuck on something, he just leaves.
Do you know his name at this point?
We did get it. I forgot it. So today I was like, oh, what was his name? What was his name? I was like, I have it in my email somewhere when we were communicating with the DPS officers, but I forgot his name.
I wonder. Because, you know, there's like socially awkward people, and that's common or whatever. But just, do you think it's more than that? Like slightly more than just normal weird, he's awkward, or?
It's definitely more than normal weird.
What ethnicity is he?
Caucasian.
Interesting.
It's just like, you know, like the awkward, Caucasian, nerdy, male kind of like idea. Except I'm sure he's intelligent, you know, if he's like studying what he's studying here.
You know what he's studying?
Like some sort of computer science related to film, like, yeah. What is that? Like, it's like computer science related to like digital media. Well, it's like that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Like computer graphics?
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. But it's just really unpleasant talking to him. Yeah. It's like always just a little bit, not a little bit, always on the defensive, like kind of, you know, talking kind of tone. And, you know, it's just like, look, relax, you know, we're trying to help you. We're trying to answer your questions. You know, so it's a little bit uncomfortable for everyone. Yeah, it was kind of interesting because at some point last year, he would talk to whatever cute work study that was at the front, and then I would come out, and then he'd be like, okay, bye. He recognizes me, and he knows I'm not gonna like put up with that, so.
I mean, okay, then how about this? Then does it seem like he's got like an agenda that's not necessarily taking classes?
Well, okay, so that's the thing. We're like, was he just coming because Anna's really cute? Because he always came when she was there.
Well, if he's got the same schedule every
Exactly,
week,
so that's the thing. We're like, I mean, but if it could be the schedule thing, you know, if he's passing through between certain classes, but still he comes in, you know what I mean? Is it because the girl that's there is cute and that's why he's coming in, not just because he happens to be passing through, you know? And so when the DPS officers saw her, they're like, yeah, I think that could be it. You know what I mean? Kind of like, there could be a possible motive. But you know what I mean? Like, what can we do about that? We can't tell someone to not come because, you know what I mean? Like, we can't be like, you're coming here because you think this girl is cute to talk to her. You know what I mean? Like, what can we do about that? But it definitely kind of seemed like it.
I mean, I don't know if this is like crossing a line.
Yeah.
But even having, say, like, Kyle, like a guy say something, maybe not the worst idea.
Say something like what?
Like, hey, dude, like, you know, between us guys, like...
Yeah. You're being a little bit creepy?
Maybe. Like, I don't know if you want to imply that right away, but just get a little more information that's not necessarily, like, music related.
Yeah.
Just maybe there's something more going on. Maybe.
Yeah. We don't assume it, but we were like, this is definitely possible.
I mean, because if this is like a regular thing, I would wonder, like, just more information is needed.
Yeah.
Because he's at least a second year now,
Yeah.
right? Which
That's true.
means he's been here now almost a year and a half at least, if not longer, if he's
Yeah.
older than that. So like, you maybe don't know him, but has he been here before? Maybe.
You mean like to this office?
Yeah.
No, not they didn't recognize him. No one recognized him.
That was
Because
your-
Kyle has been here for a long time.
Okay.
So it's only been I think since last year.
Is there a way of knowing if he's doing this to anyone else?
No,
Like art department, like some other
no,
vocational department?
no idea. We can't know that.
But you have his major though.
Yeah,
Like he's-
because he shared with us.
Uh-huh.
But we don't know much more.
Today's what? Monday?
Today's
Tuesday. So
And he came in around, when was Katie working today? Katie was working from 12 to 2. So he came in sometime between then.
So
Maybe no, before 1. So he came in around 12:30, I think. Yeah. So we'll see.
so he might be back next week then,
Yeah.
depending on how he feels this went.
Yeah. He probably thinks it went great because he talked to her for a while and like exactly like kind of the conversation he probably wanted. And like asking her about her personal things, like, oh, like, you know, like, what do you study? Like, do you play any instruments? And, you know, just like digging. He's like digging. And then she was like, yeah, and then I do this and this, and, you know, and talking about her background. Because, you know, that's what they're there to do, you know, talk to the visitors and kind of, you know, share about whatever they want to hear. So she did that, but then. So he might be back. She's also kind of cute.
I mean, okay, so if he is a little bit weirder than usual weird, are there any like tics or traits he has that's definitely a flag for like, okay, there's something off
Yeah.
about him?
Like,
Besides just being weird and awkward.
like doesn't make eye contact.
Oh,
Yeah. Like really fidgety and like doesn't make eye contact. I'm not saying that no eye contact is direct you know.
Yeah.
But you know, definitely sign of social awkwardness, like intense social awkwardness. So
Yeah. Yeah, because I realized in a college setting, remember because I was telling you too, like how there's students that we learn about now in class.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, and then I think back to like students we've had in college classes, situation like, oh, this guy was like that, or she was like that. They had the same traits, and I feel like you can't tell anymore in college because they don't have like a IEP status thing
Yeah.
following them around.
yeah, and if people don't want to deal with them, they'll just not deal with them. No one will.
Yeah, no one's required to,
confront
like, yeah,
them
yeah.
and tell them, hey, this is what's wrong with you. Yeah,
Yeah, like they just, and especially if like you didn't know.
yeah,
Like if you went through junior high, high school, and never officially had anything checked out, let's say,
yeah.
like you might not know that there's something off in that case.
No, I mean, we talked about it like openly, like me and Kyle and the DPS officers and the students too. He might be on some, you know, autistic spectrum. It's very possible. You know, like mild form. I don't know, but like it's possible.
Yeah, we were learning about kids where they're really smart in some areas and really
Yeah.
not in other areas. And that's normal.
And so that's totally, you know, that's totally fine. It's just that, like, what if they're really disagreeable, you know, and they're really unpleasant, and they keep coming back? You know, what do you do? And I don't want to put my students, my work studies in that situation constantly, you know, where they have to, like, put up with that. So they feel creeped out, they feel uncomfortable. You know, I don't want them to have to go through that. So what do I do?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Like if that was me, honestly, seeing him, and it would have to take a couple times, like not
Yeah.
the first meeting, of course, but just like I would ask him. I think I would ask him, like, what are you getting out of these talks?
Yeah.
We do want to help you,
Yeah.
but are you gaining anything from
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Like whether it's
Maybe,
information,
maybe I'll do that next time.
like just out of curiosity,
Yeah.
not implying like, look, if it's not helping you, like don't come anymore, but just like, what are you getting out of this?
Yeah.
Like, is it helping you?
Yeah.
Like chatting with the students here, like, is that giving you a better picture of music, let's say?
Yeah.
Is it getting you a better understanding of what it means to be a musician on this campus or the program they're part of?
And then he so not just this office, he goes around like the different music like complex areas. When he sees like people just outside on their own, he just approaches them and like starts talking to them, like, hi, like
Oh,
usually like girls, like hi, like what's your name? Are you a music student? What do you play? Like that kind of stuff. And then so some people have mentioned, yeah, it's like really creepy. Because that can be a totally fine conversation. It's just that he comes off like really unfortunately creepy, so people get kind of creeped out. So that has happened too. So he is, I think, genuinely interested about like what's happening in music student life and this stuff. It's just really unfortunately creepy and awkward.
Does he have a weird sense of personal space? Like, does he stand really close to you guys?
Well, we have a desk.
Like, yeah, but
We
he's
have a
like
desk,
right up against the
so-
edge of the desk.
No.
Oh.
No. It's just like tone and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just every time we try to approach him and try to really figure out like what he wants, he'll just kind of get defensive and just like leave. So, but yeah, maybe that's just what we'll keep going for. I'll just keep asking him.
Just year after year.
Like, what do you want?
2.5 more years
What
of
do
this?
you want from us? Then when are you graduating?
Oh yeah, maybe just slip that in something too. Like, how many more semesters do you have?
No, so that's what I did once because I was trying to figure out more about this kid. Like, so I was being extra friendly that day and just really chatting him up, trying to figure out what do you study? Like, what year are you? What's your name? And he was kind of like, yeah.
But you don't remember what he said?
I don't remember. Well, I mean, I wrote it in the email that I sent, but I don't remember.
Yeah, there's like no... There's no immediate answer that I can think of.
Yeah.
I feel like this is an ongoing, like,
Yeah.
just kind of go by ear.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I would suggest, since we're kind of running out of time, I think, just pick his brain in a way that's
Yeah.
not so much about, like, investigation, but
Yeah.
just genuinely, like, how can we help you? Because it really just might be he just wants someone to talk to.
I think so.
Like, just
I think
with
so.
no real purpose.
Yeah.
Just contact in a way that's friendly and responsive and
Yeah.
give him the time of day, let's say.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, I think it's kind of harmless unless it's like really irritating, like you
Yeah.
can't work or whatever. But yeah, I would try to get more information about him.
Yeah.
Just genuinely like what makes him tick. How about
Yeah.
that? Like just like what's driving him? Because there's people that love music that can't play this in their life.
Yeah.
There's people that like art, they can't draw
Yeah.
anything. Movies, same thing too. So there's hobbies that people like that just aren't. You don't have to do it. But if he's like that intent on doing that, maybe there's more to it than that. Just like why? Why do you want to? Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those are my only real takeaways from that. Just find out more in a healthy way. Because if he's like very defensive about like if he feels attacked, yeah, just definitely don't do that. But
Yeah.
then probably tell your kids that too, like the office kids.
Yeah.
Just look, I know it's weird and
Yeah.
I know it's difficult to talk to them, but just for your sake, just think of it as part of the job training.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you for listening.
Hopefully I did something that helped you. But
Well, I think you're right. That is harmless, and we should honestly just be happy to answer and talk to him. It's just a few minutes, right?
yeah, I mean, honestly, it's gossip fodder after he leaves, honestly.
Yeah.
But then just, while he's there,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Just one more like war story for the office every day.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.